Welcome everybody to Final Fantasy XII. I finally did it. I finally cleared trial mode. There's a preliminary video that's going to be coming before this one that is basically the introductory cutscene and all that shit, a couple of the tutorials. Once I got past trial mode, which I spent almost all day yesterday doing, I was so, I was just over the fucking moon. And when I when you clear trial mode, you can't you can only start a new game minus from that screen. And so I was like so paranoid that I didn't actually want to start recording a real episode with commentary until I found a save point. Yeah, so here we are. Here's all my other fucking save files and all that other shit. Oh my god, it was such a clusterfuck. Anyway, so here we are, and so I'm going to tell you a few things about this playthrough. I mean, it's going to be a new game minus, so it's probably the most ambitious thing that I've ever undertaken on this channel. New game minus, for those of you who don't know. I'll let the cutscene play here.
Sir, we have little time. You must go to the king. I'll handle these. Fight well.
Yeah, so, basically, new game minus, nothing carries over. Nothing carries over in any new game plus in this game. There's, like, the basic new game plus that you get from beating the game, and that allows you, I think, to start over. None of your items or anything, nothing carries over at all into new game plus for either mode. So it's kind of different. But the default New Game Plus, you start over completely from scratch, but all your characters start at level 90, which is interesting. I might try a playthrough like that just for fun on my own time. And the other New Game Plus requires you to clear trial mode, which is pretty hard, even at max level. Anyway.
Your Majesty. Captain, why? Our king, what have you done?
The king intended all along to sell Damaska to the Empire. His Majesty was a traitor.
Captain,
Seize the insurgent. Hello! Well, so much for peaceful negotiations.
We'll never surrender to you. We are not cattle to be sold by a traitor king.
But the war is over, my dear captain. You have lost. Dalmasca is the property of the Empire now. And to think, we intended to let you keep some of your sovereignty, out of respect. But now you've gone and ruined that. Haven't you, Captain?
We will never bow to you.
And the people of Dalmasca will hate you for it. Take the captain away.
Off you go.
Vaughn.
Whoa, that sucks. Anyway, so even though this isn't
Pretenses of peace
damn it.
left by the wayside, the Arcadian forces resumed their advance toward Rabanasta. Dalmasca's doom had been decided.
Eventually I'll get a chance to talk.
To make resistance would serve no end. With this foremost in my thoughts, I, to the people of Dalmasca. Sons and daughters of Dalmasca, I bid you lay down your arms. Raise songs of prayer in their stead. Prayer for His Majesty King Raminas, ever merciful, a man devoted wholly to peace. Prayer, too, for the noble Princess Ash, who, wrought with grief at her kingdom's defeat, has taken her own life. Know also that Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg, for incitement of sedition and the assassination of His Royal Majesty King Raminas, has been found guilty of high treason and put to his death. They who at this late hour chose still the sword are cut of the same
Sorry, I
cloth
don't
as
know
the
why I'm a little
captain.
sniffly.
Traitors who would lead Dalmasca to her ruin. Dalmasca's surrender without terms was soon to follow.
Anyway, so here we are with our actual hero. Well, not really a hero, but
Vaughn! Hurry it up or they'll find us.
I know. Just a little more. You keep an eye out for me up there, Kites. 1, 2, 3 more. All right. Time to clean house.
yeah, let's kill rats. Really, really big rats. So anyway, new game minus, none of your characters can level up. So you can't cheese anything by grinding. But you can grind out your skills and stuff like that, and the license board and whatnot. So even though this is an advanced playthrough, I'm gonna treat it like it's I'm not gonna assume that everyone's played the game before, and I, for one, have not really given this game's story a fair chance. I've played this game many times. I've beaten this game. Well, actually, I
Vaughn,
think
you got them all yourself?
I've only beaten this game like
Guess
once.
I know who to call when something big comes along.
Hey, it's good practice for the desert. I'm ready for anything now.
Because I would always.
That's enough for today. You should get back to Miguel's place, Kites. Aren't you running errands for him?
Oops, totally forgot.
It's a very cutscene heavy game.
You should come, Vaughn. He's busy today. Might have some work for you to do, too.
I've got other, work to do. Hey, lock this place up for me, will you? If Miguel finds out we've been down here, he'll tan our hides.
All right. Anyway, like, when I played through this game the first few times, like, I never really paid much attention to the story. But its story is very unique among Final Fantasy games because it's more like it's almost like got this space opera Star Wars feel.
Huh? What'd you say?
Sir, you haven't paid, and I... What? Haven't paid? On second thought, please, sir, take it. It's a gift.
Leave the poor sod be. We don't want trouble today.
Bunch of assholes.
Your luck, peddler.
Oops, sorry.
Cockney sounding assholes too.
Churl?
Churl?
What? My pouch! It's gone! The boy!
Ruh-roh.
Get out the way! Oh!
Oh, man. It's got a very epic story that's centered around a bunch of different characters. There's not really one main character like Cloud or Titus or whatever.
Hey, that's mine.
What do you mean, yours? You've been stealing again. What happens if they catch you? We need you to be there for us, Vaughn. You're no good to anyone if you're locked away in a dungeon.
Oh, what? Am I the leader now? We're orphans. The first thing you learn is you gotta watch out for yourself. Come on, Pinello. You know it as well as I do. Hey, you give that back. What do you think you're doing?
I thought that this money was the people of Dalmasca's property. The Imperials stole it from us, so it's only fair that we take it back. It's our duty as Dalmascans. Well, wasn't that what you said?
Yeah, but I never said anything about taking it back from me.
This is for that bread you took the other day. Just because I help Miguelo out every now and then, it doesn't mean that you get to eat for free too, you know.
I know that. You think I like living like this?
Yeah, the introductory cutscenes are pretty long.
One of these days, I'll fly an airship of my own.
But
I'll be a sky pirate, free to go where I will.
pretty sure even on my first playthrough of this game, I skipped all the cutscenes.
You'll never fly anything if you're rotting in a dungeon. Oh, Miguelo had some errands that need doing. He wanted you to drop by his place. It might be a good idea to lend a hand.
Mm-hmm. Location, yeah, like anything without dialogue I'll skip. But as far as all the cutscenes with dialogue, I am gonna let those play out. Anyway, so finally, fucking 12 minutes in the episode, I can start talking. Anyway, so this game is very different from other Final Fantasies. You know, the new game minus thing is, you know, a challenge for myself, but other than that, I do kind of want to not assume that everybody watching this game has played it before, so... but the good thing is, I don't really know... I mean, I know some big spoilers, but not anything too crazy. Where am I going? Oh yeah, down here. In the Zodiac Age, you have a speed up function, which I just turned on there.
Ah, Vaughn, I was waiting.
You needed something?
Had me some packages supposed to be arriving by courier in the morning. Perhaps he ran into some trouble on the desert. Now I've no foodstuffs to prepare for the banquet tonight.
So you want me to find this courier? Hey, no problem.
No problem. The desert teems with trouble. I'd be sending you to an early grave, my boy. No, I've arranged for some replacement goods from Tomage over at the Sandsea.
So you want me to go to the tavern to pick him up?
Actually, I asked Kites to do that. Wouldn't you know he's gone missing on me, too. I can't leave my shop and I've Pinello on another chore at the moment, you see. What I want you to do is run over to the Sandsea and fetch Kites back. What do you say?
Sounds wild.
It's easy work, and you'll thank me for it someday.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this is actually an HD remaster of the original Final Fantasy XII, and this speed up function definitely makes the game a little bit more smooth. But anyway, let's see, what am I doing? Anyway, this game's very different from other Final Fantasies. It's got real-time combat and everything like that, and it plays kind of like an MMO, but it's single player. And in the original version...
There you are, Kites. Stop loafing around.
Look, Vaughn, look! This is it! This is why Miguelo's courier didn't get here on time.
A creature spotted in the Ester Sand. What is that thing?
Ah, Vaughn! Miguelo sent you too, did he? He's a busy man these days, that Miguelo, if I dare say so myself.
I don't envy him the work, though. Not a bit. Quite the affair throwing a banquet to welcome the Imperials, eh?
Welcoming? We should be... whatever. Say Tomage, what's this?
Ah, don't remind me. Got some nastiness out there in the Ester Sand. What's stopping our couriers? And that means shortages all around. Thought I'd put up a bill, offer a reward to anyone who can knock that nasty back in its place.
Now that's work. Sounds 10 times better than running errands for Magello.
That's right. Vaughn, you should give it a shot.
And you should be getting back to Magello. Now, Kites. He was waiting for you.
Oh, right.
Anyway, so that's the mark board. Right off the bat in this game, there's a shit ton of side quests that you can do. So that's really what I love about this game so much, is that it's probably the least linear Final Fantasy game. You can run around, get in all sorts of trouble, go places you're not supposed to go before you're supposed to be there. Like I was saying about the story, it follows a very different pattern than other Final Fantasies, where there's like one main character and usually like some sort of love story or whatever. Like, all the characters that you get in this game are kind of equally the main character, you know? And even though we run around as Vaughn right now, he's kind of our proxy. Like, I don't know, his story really isn't too much like... He's not the centerpiece any more so than the other characters, really. And anyway, so a couple other different things about the rogue tomato. Yes, you have to kill the rogue tomato so that Magello guy can keep going. Bah, bah. Run these errands for me, or I'll have to go bah all day. What? No. Anyway. So in the original version, you had a license board, which I don't think we can access right now. Wait, yes we can. Fuck yeah. Proper license. Okay, so here we go. So I've planned this out fucking, like, just crazy meticulously. As far as, which characters are going to be what jobs and what combination of jobs I'm going to use. This was not in the original version. You had one license board that had all this shit. Now there's 12 different license boards, all themed around signs of the zodiac, which is pretty interesting. And they each correspond to a different job, and each character can get 2. Which in the original International Zodiac version, you could only get one per character, so that would be 6 jobs you wouldn't be able to use. Now for this playthrough, I'm going to be using every job at least once, which I'm told isn't really too much of a problem. It's not optimal. There's like optimal combinations that you can use that don't use certain jobs, and like certain combinations that are considered better than others or whatever. There's optimal combinations where you use every job at least once too, but I'm not going to be doing any of those. I've actually planned out my job allocation for all the 6 characters pretty meticulously and according to my own kind of like what I want to get out of the job system. Basically what I've done is with every job license board, there's a certain degree of overlap with other ones, and I've picked my job pairings based on which ones have the best overlap, basically. Anyway, what that basically means is that we're going to have I haven't really decided totally, but I do know that I've planned out all my job pairings, but I like did some rearranging prior to the start of the episode. And so now I'm not 100% sure which character I want to have which job. So actually, I'm going to cut real quick for like 5 minutes and just work that out. Yeah. Alright, so I think I got it worked out. So, Vaughn here is going to start out as a... Actually, you know, I think he can start out as... Huh. Keep things simple. I'm going to be making multiple saves of this because I don't want anything to stop me from finishing this. So when we get to the point in the game where we unlock our second license board, basically I'm going to make split saves at that point, and if I get to a point where I can't get past it on one save, I'm going to try it on the other. Because this is one thing I really do want to finish. Oh, wait, I can go ahead and unlock... Yeah, alright. Anyway, so this is the license board, and it's kind of like the sphere grid in Final Fantasy X, which I will never play on this channel. But it basically, you just spread out to adjacent ones, and every different job has different things on their license board, but there is some overlap. These squares that don't seem to have any way to get to them, they're unlocked by getting quickenings, which will fill in like the spaces in between to get there. Quickenings are like this game's version of limit breaks, and also espers, which are this game's version of summons. And so you have to allocate them, you know, well, so that you, so that you can unlock the most amount of stuff between the jobs that you have, and the overlap that comes in with your second job really plays a pretty big role in that. Anyway, let's see, how much time do I have in the episode? Got a little over 10 minutes. I'm going to try and keep these episodes under 40 minutes. I don't want to make them any shorter than that because it'll like just be a million episodes because this game is very long. This is a pretty ambitious undertaking that I've taken on here. Anyway, so all equipment that you can buy, all abilities, all magics, they're all locked behind the license board. And which ones you can use obviously depends on the character's job. Like I said, this game's very non-linear. There's a lot of ways to go out of your way early in the game to get things you're not supposed to get. And I will be taking advantage of that, but I won't be getting any of the infamous weapons that break the game, like the some people that are already familiar with this game know about the Satan Grot, the bow that's got like double the attack power of like the next strongest weapon. I won't be doing that. A lot of people see that as cheap, and not only do I kind of also see it as cheap too, but probably the more honest reason is I don't want to go through the trouble. Anyway, so I'm going to the Ester Sand. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and go down here. Wait, I can't? Oh, okay. Fine. Fuck you too, then. Every place in the game, well, most places in the game have a orange crystal, and that is also a save point, just like the blue crystals, but it also doubles as a warp point.
You there, let's see some papers, boy. No public passage on account of the Lord Consul's parade.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. You see, it just so happens that your provisioner for the fete tonight, he sent me to pick up a few choice morsels for the Consul's dining pleasure. He wants them quick. I got the writ of transit right here. You see? Signed, Miguelo. I just hate to see the Consul upset because his food wasn't ready on time. And I sure hate to see him take it out on you.
The Lord Consul is a great man, and not one to take offense in such trifling matters.
Duh.
Move along, boy. Wouldn't do to keep the Consul waiting. Right. Gates are closed after this.
Dumb as a fucking stormtrooper. Yeah, so this game takes place in a world called Ivalice, which is actually the same part of the same universe as Final Fantasy Tactics, and I think Vagrant Story, I want to say, is the other game that Square Enix made that takes place here. Yeah. So, that's the thing. So it's kind of interesting that they've made this world, you know, like, you know, not unlike Spira or Gaia or whatever, but they've actually staged multiple different games here in this world that aren't necessarily, the characters aren't necessarily connected to each other, different time periods, all that. And yeah. Anyway, so you guys get to see some of the combat here. I wonder if I can kill that thing. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Anyway, so until I get gambits, which are one of the things that makes this game extremely unique, but I'll talk about it when we get there, I have to run around and manually attack all these things, pretty much. And really the only reason I'm doing this is because it gives me LP, which is how you unlock things on the license board, which is the sole way that you power up in this game, really. And because of that, grinding on... There's really no reason to grind really powerful monsters in a New Game Minus, because most monsters only give you like 1 or 2 LP. Yeah. We're a little low there. So I'll get just as much benefit in this playthrough from attacking low-level monsters as I do attacking high-level ones, for the most part. You still want to kill, you know, there's still loot to be had from higher-level monsters and stuff like that. Loot is also the primary way that you get money in this game. You don't get much gil, if any, from just running around killing stuff. You get loot, which you sell for gil, and selling certain pieces of loot in combination will actually get you special packages of items and or weapons. You know, so that can be nice. Anyway, I'm actually going to see. Let's see, where's the nearest HP upgrade? There are upgrades to your stats, which are going to be, you know, lifesavers in the early stages of the game, and I'm actually going to be focusing on those quite a bit. Just because I've never done a playthrough like this before. People did playthroughs like this on the old games, or on the old version of the game, and they would get an accessory called the Firefly, which stops you from getting experience. This is actually going to be a little bit easier than that, because we don't need to waste our accessory slot on the Firefly to do this. Oh, you know what? You know what I can do? I can go ahead and equip that Arikia armlet, which will give me a good chunk of extra HP. Alright, yeah, let's go over here. No, he's running! His face looks like a fucking TV set. Anyway. Let's see, kill you. Go ahead and use a potion. There we go. You want to be careful fast forwarding in battles, because things can get out of control faster than you can fix them. Yeah.
Galbana lilies?
A lot of people don't like Vaughn. I don't have that much of a problem with him, really.
Never thought I'd see him growing out here.
I mean, his hair's a little funky, but I mean, it's a JRPG. What do you expect?
This'll make a nice souvenir. Time to call it a day.
He's not anywhere near as whiny as Titus or as brooding as Squall, so you know, he really doesn't bother me too much. There isn't. None of the characters in this game really bother me. You know, which is nice. But yeah. The other neat thing is once new characters are recruited, they will have license points roughly equivalent to how much I've accumulated so far. So once I recruit the other characters, I can pretty quickly bring them up to speed. But yeah. And like I said, there's a shit ton of side quests to do right off the bat. And so that's going to be a lot of fun to do. Oh shit. Just like in an MMO, there's like targeting lines and shit. There's aggro manipulation. You have a spell called decoy that you can use to sort of make somebody your poor man's tank, I guess. And that's a big part of strategy in this game. Am I going? Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna go back and advance the story now. Not gonna do too much grinding right now. The cool thing is that you know, there's not really too much standing in the way of grinding up as high as we can get early on. That being said, I never level up. I just unlock new skills and stuff like that. And not all of that is really useful, because a lot of the things you unlock on the license board are for things that you have to buy in stores, or you have to find somewhere. So yeah, like I could grind until I unlock the fucking license for, like, I don't know, fucking Firaga and Blizzaga and all that shit, but it doesn't do any good because I won't have access to buy them for quite a while. But yeah. What's going on here? You know what? I think we'll find out next time. How's that sound? You guys excited? I'm very excited. We'll talk to this hapless merchant fucking freaking out, Psytrance dancing here. That's what it looks like. That looks a little bit more like he's found the beat, maybe a little bit, yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you next time, and we'll continue the story and all that other shit. Later.